Hey guys, my name is Brad of Brave the Woods, and today I'm going to be giving you my 2 cents on that often contested topic of whether or not an illustrator should have one specific trademark style over having multiple. So let's talk about that. Anytime style's involved, things can get a little sensitive, a little touchy. So I'm not going to say whether one's right or wrong, because there definitely is a place for both, and it just really comes down to preference. But I'm going to kind of come at it from my point of view as an illustrator who works in multiple styles. And I think that gets dogged on a little bit more, having the multiple styles and, the cons that come with that. You hear a lot of people saying like, oh, you can't, you're never going to be able to find a consistent clientele or a consistent kind of project that comes your way. And it's going to be harder for you to promote yourself or to find an agent and all that stuff. And some of that stuff to a degree is true. But at the same time, I prefer getting a variety of different projects. And so I don't necessarily want to pigeonhole myself into one style that I consistently work on. I kind of relate it back to bands who have to go tour and play their hits every single night. I mean, for a while that would be awesome, and it would be nice because you're getting faster at it. You're probably getting better at it. But at the same time, they probably get a little tired of that and want to try something else. And that's why you see a lot of bands that, go out of even their genre. And so for me, I feel like that exploration part, I mean, all creatives are naturally curious. That's a given. But it just is how far you want to reach. And some people feel more comfortable working in that one style, and they're okay with that. And they can continue to build and grow that style. And they can grow within that single style. That's totally cool. And people, the pros of that are you get a lot of people coming to you for your style, and they'll have, I feel like it's more of a kind of a plug and play situation, which I'm jealous of. I wish I had this. I could work with the same speed as people who worked in one style. But I'm constantly trying out different techniques and new styles, and so my process is a lot slower, which is fine because I enjoy that process. But that's one of the cons really for some people of working in multiple styles. It's just important that some of those styles you are really good at and that you feel really confident in, and then you branch out. If you spread yourselves too thin, then you become kind of good at a bunch of things, and that doesn't help you. You don't get more clients, you don't get better projects and all those things. So the way to build your business, if you're going to be in multiple styles, is by working on a few core styles. That's kind of what I've found to do. Sometimes even that means working more. When I'm in Illustrator, I'll work more, it's obviously vector-based work, so I'll work a little bit more geometric, and that tends to be for specific types of projects that maybe are larger scale murals or things like, for branding, making their logos, and those are obviously things that you need to make in vectors. So that changes my process and my style a little bit. So I kind of have that as a style. And then I go into Photoshop and then Procreate. I kind of treat those differently too. So sometimes the technology is what kind of changes up your styles, but having those different styles isn't a bad thing as long as you're working on them and growing some of them so that you can continue to get better. Now, as a creative, we pull from all sorts of different influences, and so it's kind of the continuation of that process that I'm doing every single day, is trying to come up with trying out different styles and things like that. But I end up taking parts that I like, and kind of integrating them with the existing styles that I have. But that's really what a style is, right? It's all the combined parts of and aspects of a creative project, like your expression, the execution, your injection of your own personality, your experiences. All of those things together make something unique. And so taking, if you are reaching out and trying all these different styles, don't forget to pull what you take from those different experiments that you've done and pull those back into one of maybe your existing styles and grow that further, or even just include one of those techniques in what you do moving forward. But so I'm not going to really answer that, right? I'm not going to tell you one is better than the other, but from my point of view, I see value in both. It really just depends on you as a creative, how you like to work and how you like to learn, and what kind of projects that you want to get. Just remember that when you're putting these things in your portfolio, if you're only putting one style in your portfolio, then that's probably the thing that people are going to ask you to do. And it might pigeonhole you in specific types of projects because that style might not work on another kind of project. So you'll see the same kind of projects, the same kind of clients coming in. And if you like that, that's perfect. And you can really build up your name that way. If you're the other way, if you have multiple styles and your portfolio looks kind of like an artist reps or artist agency's website with lots of different artists, kind of like mine, then it's just important that the stuff that you put on there is something that you're proud of. Now, it's easy to put in a bunch of work and all these experimentations and just kind of throw it all in there, but make sure the stuff that you put in is good, because you are judged by your least successful piece. And so you want to put that work in that you want to get, and you also want people to know that you're serious and good, and you're not just going to experiment with them. You've already found something, so they don't have to go through that process necessarily with you. So there we have it. That's my 2 cents on whether or not we should have one or multiple styles. It's all up to you. But also, if you're an illustrator, I'd be really curious to know if you work in one or multiple. So let me know in the comments below. And also, if you have any topics or questions that you want covered in future videos, add those to the comments as well. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.